and then the whole thing will just slide out. So I'll be right back. Alright, so the headlight's out that side, the headlight's out on that side. So the next thing you need to do is come back around to the side fender over here where we went in earlier and pulled out that one bolt right here. All this plastic lining in here is flexible and it'll lift out. So once you do that, you can get inside there, and then there's another bolt right there, the one I was telling you about earlier. So to fit in there to take it out, so I use my box wrench and I put it in there like that. That's what she said. And this part's kind of painstaking because you can only turn it a little bit at a time unless you have a ratchet box wrench, which I don't happen to have. And you just got to loosen it and back this one out until it comes all the way out. And then I'll show you where to go from there. So pull that plastic out, use your box wrench, get in there, back that screw all the way out, and then we'll go from there. I'll be back. Back where we left off, I pulled this the soft wheel well plastic out. I was backing out this bolt that's in here, and I just figured out another shortcut before I took this bolt all the way out, thinking I had to remove this plastic. But once you get it about 3/4 of the way out, it allows enough play in the bumper to pull on it a little bit, and your bumper pops out from the bottom. So that side's loose. Now I'll show you where to go from there. Get your flathead screwdriver and just be careful on this part because you don't want to break this stuff. There's a tab here, there's a tab here, tab here, tab here, and you'll see it when you pull out your headlight. I take my flathead, I pry it underneath there a little bit. I just turn it, turn the flathead just to the side, just to pop up the plastic enough to get it over that little tab. And over here there's another tab that you have to lift up over the plastic to get your bumper out. So that there's also a little eye hole right here. Lift up on it, make sure it's not locked in. Do the same thing on this tab. And you shouldn't have to force anything too much. If you're putting too much pressure on it, it's gonna break. So just be pretty gentle with the plastic and it'll come free. It just takes a little bit of patience. Now the whole left side of the bumper is free. So got to do the same thing on this side. So get under here, pull your plastic out. So you can get to that bolt, and that's in there, and back that one out most of the way, like I said, so you have a little bit of play in this corner right here, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm back again. I popped out that side, I did the same thing. You can see from the inside where those two bolts are. One faces up, one faces horizontally, so vertically, horizontally. Anyway, I backed that one out a little bit, got a little bit of play in that corner, and then popped it out. Again, don't yank on this stuff because it will break. So, see, got the proof right there. That used to be one of those And the first time I took my bumper off, because I couldn't find pictures of how to do it, I yanked too hard and I snapped one of those things off. My bumper still stays on, it doesn't flap or anything, but it's just irritating knowing that you snapped off a little piece of plastic of your brand new car. Anyway, so once you get all that loose, your bumper is going to want to fall off, literally fall off. So just lift it up, and I have this towel laying down right here because that's what I'm going to put the bumper on face down, because to get the grill off you have to do a bunch of work from the back. So I'm going to put the camera down and lay this bumper down, and then I'll be back. And that's how you remove the front bumper, right there. So that's your finished product of removing your front bumper. Headlights are out, bumper's off, it's laying right there. And now I'll show you how to take the grill out. Get your flathead screwdriver. And it has these, I'll go from the other side. It has these little metal clips right here with the teeth on them that you have to remove. So I just pry them out with a flathead screwdriver, and they'll go back in. You just have to push them down. Oops. That's what they look like right there. So there's one on each side, one right there, one right there. You'll see it. So pry them out with your screwdriver. That's off. Now you have your Phillips. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Phillips screws that you got to take out. I think I had too much coffee this morning. I can't even put the freaking screwdriver on the screw. It's shaking all over the place. Either that or it was that crack. Just playing, I don't do crack. Your mom does though. Alright, so you got your 6 screws out. Take your flathead screwdriver again, and there's a little clip right here that you have to push out on. There's 1 clip, 2 clips, 3 clips that you have to unclick. And the first time I did it, this plastic that goes around the clip, it was tight to the clip. There wasn't even enough room to move the clip up and down. And that's just because that's how it comes from the factory. They push the clip in without any intention of it ever coming out. So what I did was took my flathead screwdriver and I put it on top of the clip, and I just pushed it in there a little bit, and then I turned the screwdriver to the side like this and just stretched the plastic out a little bit. It didn't break. I just stretched it out just enough to where I could get some motion in this clip. Here, I'll do it again. So just go in there and you can see the plastic stretching a little bit, and then you can lift your clip up and it'll pop out. So, and this is just a regular clip that lifts up, and then the same thing over here, you got to stretch this plastic out a little bit. So I'll do that and I'll be back. So I got the grill out. I did those clips like I was talking about. I don't know how anybody would want, or why anybody would want to try to do this with the bumper still on the car, especially with those clips, because having to stretch the plastic out just to unclip them, you'd snap those things off trying to do it with the bumper still on the car. So take a little bit extra time, do it right, remove the bumper, and then you can get your grill out clean and easily. There's the grill right there. So that's the tutorial for how to remove your front bumper. For those of you that are just doing like fog light bezels or something like that, you don't need to watch anymore. For everybody else, I'm going to sand this thing down because I already did flat black paint on it. So I'm going to sand it a little bit with some 120 and some 400, and then I'm going to hit it with plastidip. So everybody else, you don't have to keep watching, but that's how you remove the front bumper. Just reverse the steps to put it back on. And another good point is too, is your grill that's underneath, the lower grill, you can get all that stuff out in your fog light bezels. You can take all that stuff out now with the bumper off the car and paint it or flat black it or plastidip it or replace it or install fog lights, whatever you want to do. So there's a number of reasons that it's better just to remove the front bumper on the car than try to do it the janky ass way. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work sanding this thing, and before I hit it with the plastidip, I'll turn the camera back on. Alright, late YouTube. Hey, tell your mom I said what's up too. So I sanded down the bumper, the grill, and you can see like where it's a little bit shiny right there, but you pretty much want the rest of it to have that rough looking finish on it like that. Like I said before in the video or earlier in the video, I had already hit this with Krylon flat black paint, and some gravel or a bad paint job or whatever caused a little bit of chipping on the H. So I'm redoing it with Plasticoat down there. I've never used it before, so I'm going to try it, see what happens. I'm going to clean this thing off, wash it off with water, make sure there's no dust or residue on it, and then let it dry, and then I'll start hitting it with the Plasticoat. Alright, late. Alright, so I got the grill sanded, I got it cleaned. I cleaned it off with water, like warm water and a little scrub brush, and then I let it dry. So you can see it's got, there we go, it's got a pretty good like scratch to it. The H is all dull. I'm gonna start hitting it with the deep. It's not an earthquake, I'm just taking the deeper color, or no, plastidip. Deeper color is what I used it for, some crap, which is why I'm redoing it. So, plastidip. So, I'm just gonna hold the can, I don't know, about a foot away, and start, let me turn on the light, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna start spraying it like a foot away, see how it goes. So I'm going to do one thin coat like that. I'm going to let this dry for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and hit it with another coat. So I'll probably do that 3 or 4 times. 3 to 4 coats. That's the first coat. Depending on how it looks, I'll either go 3 or 4. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's dried, so you can be the judge. Alright, late. Little mongrels. Alright, I just got done banging your mom and painting my grill with plastidip. Can I remember the freaking name of this crap? Plastidip. Black. Yeah, that stuff. Here's what it looks like. I did 4 coats of this stuff. It looks alright. It's not exactly what I wanted. I like a smoother look. This kind of has, I don't know if you can see it, kind of has a little bit of a texture to it. But it looks pretty good. It'll do for now. I'm going to get an aftermarket grill anyway. I just hated that freaking big ass chrome H on the front. The chrome H stands for hella gay. So I'd rather have a black H. But anyway,